Dr. Deb here. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and such blessings of being so vulnerable and putting myself out there earlier and getting such a response. It's magic. That's the magic of life, in my opinion. Somebody just wrote, it throws them off that I was sad and distraught or something. And so what I want to say here, because I want to talk a little bit about who we are as human beings. People are afraid, I believe, in my sense, to be sad. And they're afraid to get angry because we're supposed to be happy land or something. And I want to say, no, it's okay to be sad. In fact, the cure of the pain is in the pain. When I allow myself to be very sad, I woke up, I was just sad. I'm studying a lot on this Lion's Gate. I'm studying a lot on what's happening on the planet, the planetary energies. We're at the end of the Kali Yuga. I mean, there's so much going on, and it's amazing. And in the meantime, my mom just died. My dad just went through his pacemaker thing. Shucks. And then Omar Kitty got out. I share with you guys out there. And yeah. And then I have this thing with my daughter to share. And you know what? I love my daughter. My daughter loves me. I know that to be true. And we have a difficult incarnation this time. We just do. It's been that way since the get-go. She came out breech. We joke about it. And Jessica, I love you. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm grieving. I'm grieving a lot of losses. And it's okay, because I'm a wounded healer gone mystic. What that means for me as a wounded healer, I figured that out in the 90s when I sued that church, 94 to 97. I had gotten into psychology to find out what the heck happened to this powerhouse of a woman that had 50 employees and 500 students, and I lost my career. I lost everything I ever knew. It was tough. My sister died at that time. And it blew my mind. It blew my heart. It blew my circuits, literally. Some people don't come back to where I went. And what I did was I gutted it out, and I got a master's degree in psychology. And then when I finished that, I went on and got my doctorate, and I graduated with that in 2000. And so the last 16 years, and really, since 94, but I kind of woke up in 92 when I started to wake up, I've done the work. I went to Esalen, I beat pillows, I worked with some shamans, I did the work, and it was hard. And then I got into dream analysis in 2000 for a couple of years, and I that's powerful because that's bringing the unconscious conscious. Your dreams are sharing stuff for you. Dreams are amazing. I interpret dreams now, and it's magic. I can take a client much further with dreams than I can just in here, because that's your unconscious coming in, and that's what I want to work with. I pull people's unconscious out of them so they can bring the unconscious conscious, and then they're not reactionary, and they can be centered. So going back to the sadness that I feel in my body, please don't feel sorry for me. Literally, God, I love it, and why do I? Because I know what happens to the body temple, when we get down to those issues in the tissues. Anna Naturalista and I were kind of talking about that, but the issues in the tissues, that's what it is. And that's the reactionary stuff that we feel. And when we can go to that pain, and when we can go to the disappointment, and when we can go to the sadness and the anger. God, I love my anger. I didn't get angry. I didn't get sad. I tell you what, I worked for God, and I did it well, and then I woke up. And I was like, wait a minute, there's something more. We have something more to be had in the human existence. I know it to be true. And, come here, baby. So, in any event, you guys, look at my monkey. Where's my monkey? I love him so much. So, it's the expansion of who we are and our capability to be able to withstand the pain and withstand whatever comes our way. We don't go try to hide from it. Why? Because it's going to show up anyway. I teach everything's a projection until it isn't. And a projection is our own stuff, that we repressed and pushed down, and then we're reactionary to people. So what I do is I teach people to understand their consciousness. We have 4 levels of consciousness. We have emotional, spiritual, intellectual, and physical. So what you want to do is you want to separate those out so you know what they are, and that comes out in your dream work. And then you learn to integrate them all from the inside. I mean, it's a process. It's the hero's journey. So, or heroine's journey. So, anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. And I'm going to start sharing more. I'm going to share these past 20 years with you. And not so much my personal stuff, though. However, I'm an open book. I mean, teaching up at Esalen for the last, 14 years, I'm an open book. I share because my story is your story. Your story is my story. To be honest with you, we're all one, and we're not separated. So in any event, I just wanted to share that and bring the unconscious conscious, the cure of the pains in the pain, conflict resolution breeds intimacy. I have a lot of them, through the years. So I'm going to share, and I'm actually really excited about it. I almost could cry because I'm a little vulnerable. I'm not vulnerable. That's not true, and yet kind of is. You know what it is? I had a leadership position in the church, and when I went through what I went through, it was really tough. It really was, and I've been a little bit nervous about getting out there again. And the reason is because of that pain. It was brutal. Like I said, some people don't come back to where I went, but I'm back. And I've been back for a long time. And I am sad, on some level. Miss my mom. It's okay. I miss my family of origin stuff. It's okay. My lifetime this time hasn't been easy. And I've learned a lot. I'm a wounded healer archetype. When I figured that out, I was like, Deborah, it's not personal. But, that was in 97. And... But we're human. We're very, very human. And healers and teachers and all of that, we all go through that. And the bummer is we don't talk about it. I do, but a lot of people don't talk about it. Why? Because, oh my gosh, you got to be perfect if you're in this space. Bullshit. Excuse my language. Sometimes I like to cuss. I didn't cuss for 20-some years. So, yeah, we have to learn to withstand. When you want to meditate, I'm with Carolyn Mace. I'm not going to tell you go to the mountaintop. I'm going to say you learn to meditate in the dog pound. I'm a bit of a taskmaster because I'm a shadow worker. But and I'm not easy sometimes, and I know that. Hi, monkey. But yeah. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about sharing. And please. Even if I come out here and I cry, and I might, because I'm going to start doing some of these, and I just might. Probably will. And I want to say, tears are the cleansing of the soul. They're so good. People, if you feel sad, cry. If you don't cry, act as if, and get yourself to cry, because I didn't cry. I didn't cry for years. My mother was an emergency room nurse, and she was triage. She learned, she was a tough cookie. She was. Even to the point of her dying, tough cookie. And, God, I was my mother. 92 is when I figured it out. I married my father and I became my mother. It's the whole imago stuff. My dissertation was on intimacy, for those of you that don't know my work. The phenomenological investigation of the fear of intimacy. So I took the attachment theory, and I went into Ainsworth's work of going into the adult relationship, and then I went on to the Imago, Harville Hendricks, and then on to David Snarch's work, which is all about individuation. So individuation is knowing yourself and learning to accept a no, learning to accept a yes, we all love those, and then a maybe. But a lot of people can't handle no's, and they go into abandonment and all that stuff. So that's the adult child. What I do is I help people heal all of that and bring up to your strong sense of self. And I could go on and because I love to teach. But Omar, Kitty, and I are saying bye-bye, good night, and blessings on this Lion Gate. Take two. Mwah. Bye.